Hello everyone, this is Varsha and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. So as you all know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the success and achievements of our prominent guests. So today, in the same sequence, we have with us Mr. Rajesh Manohar Firwani, who is the founder and portfolio manager of Wall Create Investment Managers LLP. But before we actually start the conversation with him, let's quickly have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Rajesh, how are you?
I'm great, Varsha. Thank you. How are you?
Okay. I'm good, sir. Thank you so very much. So, before we actually start the conversation, please tell us something about you, as in who you are and what you do.
So, first of all, let me thank Indian Achievers Forum for this honor and this award. So, basically I'm an engineer and management graduate. So, I graduated in the year 1992 as an engineer. And right from the beginning, I was focused on becoming an investment professional. I was influenced by my father, who was a very important and successful personality in the capital markets. He told me that once you graduate, we will set up an investment firm. But unfortunately, he was not there. He expired very early. So I took up the cause. In 1996, I became a management graduate in finance, and I took the first job in the field of investments, in the field of stock markets. And ever since then, my focus has always been to be a part of the investment team and a very successful investment professional. And as we speak, I have set up my own firm, and I'm living the dream that my father wanted me to continue and fulfill. So I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to many more years of meaningful investment work in this field.
Right, sir. So, sir, would like to ask, like, how did you actually land up to the idea of, starting up with this particular business? And also, what sort of challenges you have faced in your journey professionally?
Yeah, so Rashad, as I said, my father was very instrumental in me thinking about being an investment professional because I was an engineer. I had done electronics engineering, and most of my colleagues and batchmates moved to the US as computer engineers and so related fields. But because of my father's vision, he knew that capital markets will be booming in the next 20, 30 years, given that India is growing at a very fast rate. He wanted me to be a part of that industry, and I also was inclined to that vision in a way. That was one of the first things that put the seed of being an investment professional in my mind. Later, as I kind of graduated into a finance professional and I started working as an analyst, I got more and more interested, and as I came across some success in the field as a stock picker, as an investment professional, I continued with the dream because I knew that is the path that I was chosen for, and I continued to pursue that path. I felt that this is the way I need to go. Also, the dream of setting up a firm of my own was also there right in the beginning, because as I said, in the beginning, I spoke with my father, and he wanted me to set up an investment firm. So I think that left that the hunger to become an independent and self proclaimed investment person, and that is what I kind of fulfilled over a period of time.
Right. So, Mr. Rajesh, as we have just talked about the challenges faced by you professionally, please tell us a
Yeah.
bit about the personal challenges too that you have faced in your journey.
Yeah, and I'll elaborate on both of these points in this piece. So basically, you know what the challenges that I faced was that my, as I said again, going back to in 1992 when I lost my dad. He was a guiding light in my life, and personally, I felt a big vacuum, not only on the career front but also on the personal front. And then later on, I lost my mother in a few years. So within a span of few years, I lost both my parents, and I was left in a vacuum. I had to chart my career. I had to think through everything responsible way to run my life as well as my career at the same time. So it was a challenge because there was no guiding spirit, there was no guiding light. And at every point, whenever I faced a hurdle, I had to answer those questions and I had to get over the hurdles on my own. In the career part, the challenges that I found were that at every point, I felt that maybe I could do better as an investment professional had I not been in those organizations or in those roles. And I had to actually change my role, or I had to shift away from those roles with a lot of pain because I was very comfortably placed in those jobs. I was getting a very good salary. At some point, I was getting a seven-figure salary also, and I had to shift myself away from those roles to fulfill my dream. And I don't blame the organizations. The organizations were fantastic. They were great stepping stones for me. But at some point, at every point, whenever I've changed my jobs or I've moved from those comfortable, cushy jobs, it's been because I wanted to fulfill my dream as an independent investment professional. So I've gave up a lot of stock options. I gave up a lot of hard money to kind of set up this thing. And I think the fruits of the labor are being seen today.
Right, sir. Okay, so as you have just mentioned about the difficulties that you have faced in your journey, so what has been the driving factor for you to keep moving ahead?
So, a couple of driving factors. One is the dreams that we set up right in the beginning as a family, that we will be investment professionals. We will run independent investment firms in the future. The second is the hunger to also to hunger to service the society, or the hunger to you know benefit the society through my skills, and shine in that fashion. I think that hunger was there at the back of my mind. I felt that a job is definitely a very comfortable thing to have, a comfortable lifestyle to have. But until I challenge myself, until I challenge myself on a daily basis, until I take up the risks that are offered by the environment, and I actually work as independently as an investment professional, I'll not be able to come out of the shell and the protection that organizations offer. And I tread down the path. I said until I explore myself individually, and I service people whom I know, and clients who come in touch with me on my own, and showcase myself to the world, I will not excel as an individual. And I think that is what that hunger was there, and that hunger drove me to set up this firm.
Okay, so now moving ahead, everyone do plans for their future. So what further plans do you have for your organization?
Yeah. So this was you can say this is the beginning of my independent career. This is the beginning of my independent life. So I set this up at 3-4 years back. Although I did well in my professional life as well, but this achievement is unique. And I think it's been done independently, without any partners, without any guides. And I think I want to take this forward, in a better way. There is a lot of opportunity in India to reach out to many more millions of people who are looking for good fund managers or good investment professionals. But I think the whole idea of being alone is not a very long-term sustainable idea. So there are partnerships which we are looking at. I have already identified a partner, and I want to use the partnership as well as the collaboration to reach larger masses on a higher scale in India. And probably a lot of if you see, a lot of wealth firms are looking at garnering money to manage and growing by size. My whole philosophy is different. My whole philosophy is quality of service, and therefore I am not going after every investor that I see on the street. My whole idea behind this whole firm has been that even if I come across one person, and even if I have one investor who's making money because of my services, I will be very happy at the end of the day, instead of losing money for thousands of them. So that has been my philosophy, and I want to take this forward at a larger scale.
Right, sir. Okay, so now I, personally wanted to ask this question to you, and that is, what is success for you in your profession? Is it the quality of service that you provide, or is it the size of business that you manage?
Yeah, so a part of the question was answered in my last part, wherein I said that if I have even one investor who makes money because of me, who benefits from me, and who smiles because of my services, I think that is far more satisfying than me having thousands of investors and crores of money being managed in a mediocre fashion. I am very, very particular about each investor's portfolio. I'm very particular about each investor's money, and I take care of it more than my own personal wealth. That probably needs to be a very, very important yardstick that you need to measure yourself by when it comes to success. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And even if you look at even one person, if that person is not happy, it's his personal wealth and his saving of his lifetime. And if I play around with that saving because I am going for thousands and thousands of investors and I cannot reach out to each investor's portfolio with a proper concentrated focus, then I'm not doing my job. The whole idea of success is to make every investor happy.
Great, sir. Okay, so sir, now I would like to ask you, like, I know that it's always a very proud moment when we get recognized for our work, but still, I would like to know from you that what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award?
I'm very honored and elated by this award, actually. And I think, a lot of people get awards when they have billions and billions of dollars. They made that kind of money and they have large firms. But the fact that, the Indian Achievers Forum has gone to the grassroots level, taken the pains to understand that there are people who are doing good work in their field, is a very, very satisfying feeling. And I'm very happy. And this is going to go a long way in motivating a lot of other people to progress and achieve and showcase their talent. I think India is a very, very talented country, and this award, this I would say this platform, I think facilitates encouraging more talent in India. I'm very, very happy with this.
And I once again congratulate you on your achievement, Mr. Rajesh. Okay, so now moving ahead, sir, you must be knowing about the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan initiated by the
Yes.
Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So, what are your thoughts or views on this campaign?
It's a fantastic program. I think the Atmanirbhar program came at such a time when India was going through a big crisis of corona. There were lockdowns all around. There were migrants. And there were issues which the country needed to deal with. I think the Honorable Prime Minister has taken the right step. And he has taken it at the right time, the 20 lakh crore package that he came out with for infrastructure, for the economy, for the banks, for the laborers, for the migrants, or for agriculture, for the farmers. Every section of the society has benefited at the right time. And I think the economy is now booming. And we are just about still in the midst of corona, and the economy is booming. So I think this is really, really thanks and hats off to the Honorable Prime Minister for the measures that he's taken under the Atmanirbhar Bharat program. And also, I think the program is a very, very long-term vision. He's looking at India as a self-sustaining and self-sufficient country, and at the same time collaborating with global firms, bringing their technology and becoming a very important part of the global economy. So I think this program has a lot more than just the initial, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan program. It has much more. It is self-reliant India. It is self-sufficient India, which will become the number 3 country by 2030. And I think India will become a very, very important part of the global economy by then. I think this Atmanirbhar Bharat program will lay the foundation for that. I am very happy to be a part of this generation which is benefiting from Atmanirbhar program, and at the same time, I have the opportunity to be a contributing factor to this. So it is fantastic program, and I'm congratulate the government and the honorable Prime Minister for that.
Right, sir. Okay, so last but not the least, what message or mantra you would like to give to our younger generation, who wish to be a successful entrepreneur someday?
Yes. So there are two methods. I mean, for success, as an entrepreneur, I have not been a long-term entrepreneur, but two methods is, one is you go for what is not there in the market, fill a need, right? So suppose if you look at Amazon, or you look at any particular, portal which is today become big, they have gone in and fulfilled a particular gap or need. But let me tell you, it's not easy. A lot of youngsters are kind of getting swayed by this fact that, okay, this is not there and that is not there, and let us set it up. But not everybody's cup of tea it is. And I think we should be very careful when we delve into something that has very limited, long-term knowledge base. But the second aspect which I want to bring out is, which is where I am coming from, is when entrepreneurs set up firms after years and years of understanding a particular space and become experts in that space. And then they add value in the space. So when I came into this field, I thought, okay, what am I bringing to the table here? Okay, everybody is doing this. So how will I add value? I thought these are the areas where I am good at. This is my experience, 25 years. I think as an investment professional, I can be an entrepreneur and I can benefit many more people by my services. I can add value to the industry. I can do better than my peers. So this is what you need to bring to the table. First, get the experience and add value. Do something better than what is already existing. Bring a product which is better than what is already existing. Bring a service than what is better than what is existing. I think that can make a big difference. Not everybody gets a chance to be a Tesla or a Amazon. So therefore, one should be more practical and get the experience under the belt and then set up a firm.
Right. Okay. So thank you so much for your time today, Mr. Rajesh. It was pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors too. And may you continue to inspire us the way you are doing. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you,
with
Varsha.
us.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.